Alright everyone, welcome to our last week of fantasy football. I've had fun and I hope everyone else has too. Let's get right into it, see what went down. I'm going to try to keep the video as short as possible, mainly because right now I am too lazy to add all the effects and crap. But we will go with standard effects. We will try to put as many into this video and randomly as possible. Just an example, there's one. Among teams that did not make the playoffs. Is this one? Yeah. Oh, people that got drunk during the season and didn't know what they were doing. Kirk against Evan this past week. Evan got a huge game from Eli and Lamar Miller. Meanwhile, Drew Brees struggled. And Saints are out of the playoffs, which is really weird to see. Okay, enough of the drunk. Saints are out of the playoffs. Really weird to see that. So Evan got a win. So congrats, Evan. Tyler versus Rick, although Matt Stafford only got 5 fantasy points, I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. That's right, I said it, and I stand by it. Antonio Gates, Sammy Watkins, and Deshaun Jackson all had big games, so Tyler gets a win. Now that kind of leads me into the next thing that I want to mention. It was suggested to me by Kirk, who actually has the #1 pick this next year, that we should change how we evaluate the 4 teams that don't make the playoffs. So currently, as you know, as soon as the regular season ends, that's how we decide those 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs. We decide based on that record. We still want to keep it the same in that the team that has the best record out of the teams that didn't make the playoffs is going to have the #1 pick. But what we're going to do starting after this year, so it has no effect on this draft, is have those 4 teams play each other, and it'll be perfect because there will be 3 weeks of playoffs. So Team 1 will play Team 2, 3, and 4, each of them. Team 2 will play Team 1, 3, and 4, etc. And it won't be a tournament style, but everyone will play each other, those 4 teams, and that will count towards your record. So then after all 17 weeks have gone, then we'll look at those 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs, look at those records, and decide who gets the #1 pick, who gets the #2 pick. So hopefully that made sense to everyone. I'm sure I'll have to re-explain it at some point. But let it be known, it is on the record, so that's going to happen. Okay, let's get to the losers of the tournament, at least for the first week. As I said in the Facebook post last week, although ESPN said I was playing Nate and Tony, I was playing Nate and Tony and Jessica were playing each other, based on our playoffs, it was actually myself against Jessica and Tony against Nate. As I promised, let's see if we can add a few more of these. Wow! Crazy! Birds pooping. I don't know if that's poop. Anyways, it didn't matter though. Tony and I got the wins, each of us. So this means that Nate and Jessica, despite whatever ESPN shows, which I haven't checked, whatever it shows this week, doesn't matter. Nate and Jessica will be playing each other. The winner gets the 7th pick in the draft, and the loser gets the 8th pick in the draft. Similarly, the winner gets 7th place of the league, and the loser gets 8th place of the league. Tony and I will be playing each other for the 5th and 6th spot of the final rankings for the league. And the winner gets the 5th pick in the draft, the loser gets the 6th pick in the draft. Now for those that won 2 weeks ago, so headed into the semifinals, we had Micah against Cam. Oh, by the way, congrats to those people that won the first week. Yes. Oh, craziness. That's weird. No, I'm on it. Okay, well. Tough game here. Micah's team, they got hot at the right time. Tony Romo, Beast Mode, Randall Cobb, Odell Beckham Jr. all killed it. Cam just didn't get enough production, so Micah got the win. Dave against Justin. Dave's low scoring finally caught up with him, although not by much. He actually had a chance to win it. Andrew Luck, had he done his usual scoring of 30 points, Dave probably would have won. As expected, though, Justin gets to the finals. So what does this mean? Cam and Dave will be playing each other for the 3rd and 4th place of the league, which means they will be playing each other for the 9th and 10th picks overall. So good job, guys. You're in the top 4. Cool thumbs up thing there. But you didn't make it to the finals, so yes, that is a thing. Okay. Of course, Micah and Justin will be facing off for one last battle to to decide who will be crowned champion of our fantasy football league. Do we have, what's this? Ooh, yes. This is intense stuff. I've got an idea. Let's just continue. Okay. Yes, okay, so in one corner you have Justin, who did a lot of trades, one that we all know very well. Did a lot of trades to get the team that he wanted just the way that he wanted it. And he's going for the back-to-back championship. He won last year. And then in the other corner, you have Micah, who's in his first year in the league, and he didn't even have a keeper at the beginning of the year. Drafted Marshawn Lynch instead of keeping someone. So, two kind of pretty opposite teams, but you also have Justin's team, who's been killing it all year. Micah has had, for a while, he was the highest scoring team overall, but he just didn't have the records to prove that. I'm going to put these in there because I don't know where else to put them. So I'm crying now, and Micah and Justin, because you made it to the finals, F you. It's not really a middle finger, but it kind of looks like it, so I'm going to use it. Why don't you get throat punched? And this thing. Okay, so if we look at Justin's team, he's got a lot of talent. Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, Julio Jones, Golden Tate. Not only are all of those guys good, but they're all going to have to play well since playoff implications are on the line for their respective teams. Now for Micah, you have Beast Mode, Jeremy Maclin, C.J. Anderson, all really good players, but I could see a lot of them being benched since their teams are either out of it or they already have a playoff spot clinched. So there's not a ton of playoff implications on the line for those guys. So because of that, I would give Justin the win. Now I will say Micah's probably okay with that because the last 3 weeks I've chosen against Micah and he has still found a way to win. So I'm sure that he doesn't mind that at all. Yeah. Wow. I can feel I'm putting you all to sleep. That was the last visual that I had. Had to get through them all. That's all I have for this week. We'll have one more video at the end of everything. I'm not sure exactly when. Got to talk to Micah. It'll just be to go over the awards and everything at the end of the season. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. We'll have snacks here for me and Micah. But everybody else will just be watching, so you don't get those. So, sucks to be you. But that's all I have. Good luck to everybody in the final week. Hope you all had fun. Last thing, if you guys know that you aren't going to be doing this next year, just let me know as soon as possible. We do have a couple of people that I'm sure are kind of, they would love to be a part of the league, so I don't want to say we have a line of people waiting, but it's kind of an exclusive club. Pretty big deal. So if you know that you're not going to want to do this next year, you don't think you'll have the time to invest in it, or you're in too many other leagues, I get it. Just let me know. I'll give you the $10 back for next year, and no harm, no foul. So let me know. But anyways, that's all I got. Have a good one, everybody, and we'll post one last video later. See ya.